First at 6 o'clock, a trip to the fair ended in tragedy last night when a driver hit and killed a person who was leaving the fairgrounds. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lori Fulbright.
And I'm Craig Day. Police have not released the identity of the victim and say the driver likely is not at fault. News on 6's Emery Bryan is live at the fairgrounds with the latest. Emery?
Well, a lot of people park in the neighborhoods around the fairgrounds and walk in. Last night, someone was leaving the fair, crossing 15th Street, when they were hit by a large SUV. Just outside Gate 8 of the fairgrounds, two well-marked crosswalks guide people across 15th Street. But Sunday night, a person was killed in the crossing as they were leaving the fair.
The victim was crossing and was struck, unfortunately. Right now, the driver of the vehicle stuck around, was very cooperative.
In the daytime, people were cutting around slow traffic to get into the fairgrounds at that crossing. It's busier at night with more people parking in neighborhoods and no shuttle this year. The initial police report noted the victim's dark clothing and mentioned poor lighting.
Whether they're in dark clothing or not, if you can't see them approaching at that time of night, there's not really a finger to point at if the investigation doesn't lead that way.
The crash happened 30 minutes after sunset, but there's a street light overhead the county said was working at the time. The driver who hit the pedestrian was heading west, where the crosswalk is just over the crest of a hill. There's a warning sign that's visible up close, but just a few steps back is blocked by trees, and further back is hidden entirely. Police say investigators will look at every factor.
The vehicle was traveling at a safe speed, whether at speed limit or under. Again, our conditions here was a poorly lit area coming out of the fair and the crosswalk.
Now, the police say people do have the absolute right-of-way in crosswalks, but also the legal responsibility to not step out in front of a car that wouldn't have time to stop and avoid hitting them. In this case, the investigation, police say, has not determined exactly what happened. Reporting live at the fairgrounds, Emery Bryan, Oklahoma's own News on 6.